Hello, everyone. Here we are, the 28-day writing challenge. There's the cover of the book, and here is the paper version of the book, a manuscript printed out in 8.5 by 11. So I'm glad you're with us here, and today we're going to talk about setting up for a paper edit. This is a method that a couple of people have proposed for you to go through and evaluate your book. Now, I've been doing a lot of editing just on the online version, but you miss some things whenever it's actually on paper. And so it's good to print it out. So here it is, the whole thing is printed out, 208 pages. Of course, this is 8.5 by 11, but it was just expanded to fit that for doing the printing. It's actually 6 by 9 format of what I actually have online. It expanded to make it fit 8.5 by 11 pages. You'll also see that some are farther to the left. Well, I can't show you, than the others, and that's because of the way the gutter would be set up for having 2 pages on one piece of paper. Well, anyway, the way you do this is you start at the very last paragraph of the book. You number it, number 1, and the next to the last one is number 2, and second to the last one's number 3, and you just keep going from the back all the way to the front. You end up with a very large number. I mean, it's going to be more than 200, I know that, because there are 208 pages here in the book. You do that. Then you go through and you evaluate every paragraph. You force yourself to quickly evaluate on a scale of 1 to 10. So you would do 7 to 10 would be good. You say that's a good page, that's a good paragraph. 4, 5, or 6 would be an okay paragraph, but it could be improved. Or you might say some average size paragraphs or something like that. And then 1, 2, and 3 would be way below average. Then once you have done that, which that takes a while to do that, I'm still doing the chart where I'm going to have gone over the digital things, each chapter or each section of that, which is a 33-page section, for 3 days. So most of those are done already. In fact, if I go ahead and do that tonight, which I think I will, there will only be one section, and that would be 167 to the end, just to go over that digitally tomorrow. So this is where we're going to go through and evaluate each of these paragraphs. Now, this is kind of an optional thing, especially if you are going to hire out the editing. However, if you have confidence in editing yourself, then this is a recommended way of doing this, where you go through and set out the evaluations. Now, once you have done that, well, maybe tomorrow I'll tell you how it works. So stay tuned. Till tomorrow I'll tell you how to use this evaluation. And then we will just have 2 more days left, and the book, we will have written a book in 28 business days, not consecutive days. And in 28 days, we'll have written the book, as the book is defined as a rough draft and a good first round edit. Then after that, all that remains, whatever you do after that, is polishing your book. You have your book. It is a book. Could be put out there just as it is, but you will be polishing more if you desire to do that. Now, the next thing that I will do after this 28-day challenge is I will go into the process of getting this published and the process of launching the book. So I will talk more about establishing a launch team. But I will say this book will, unless something goes drastically wrong, this book will be available on Amazon before the end of next month. So there we are. Thank you for joining me in this journey. I will touch base with you for the next 3 days, and then we will see talk about the end product on day 28. How are you doing? Have any of you joined me in this writing project where you have worked on it yourself? I hope you've learned some things along the way. Hope maybe that you're challenged and encouraged that you could write a book. Now, I just wanted to prove that you can write it in 28 days. It's not required, certainly not required to write a book in 28 days. In fact, you might want to divide it up a little more and maybe do it in 2 months or 3 months. 3 months is very doable, and it's a good book. I mean, I think we've got a pretty good book here so far where we're at, and I'm still going to do some more on it. So I am glad you have joined me. I hope that things are going well for you. And remember, until next time, I want you to remember you can write a book.